top, Voleski and Dos Santos, and Bob Lilly, the head coach of the Rochester Rhinos, the 2015 USL Coach of the Year. The Rhinos in the all black with the striped tops will be attacking the goal to our right. It is a chilly evening in Rochester, 52 degrees at kickoff with the wind factored in. It's 46 degrees, a strong wind coming from the west at about 16 miles per hour. Rhinos will have the wind at their back here in half number one. Darryl, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Joe. This afternoon we are looking for a very exciting game here because we have two teams on the pitch that are on a winning streak. I mean, these two teams are playing great soccer. They're playing great soccer at their home and away, so we are looking for a very exciting game tonight.
The official today is Matthew Franz. Assistants are Lauren Dearman and Mariama Kososovo. And the fourth is B.J. Dunham. We are at Rhino Stadium in downtown Rochester for the Independents and the Rhinos. Garzi battles through a challenge there. Duckett, the former Rhino, marking Voleski. There's Forbes spinning around, looking for space. Back to Garzi. Camden stood up on the sideline. And Charlotte will knock it forward quickly, but no one there. It's Fall. Dominic Samuel. Ryan James. Dos Santos, big frame, checking back. The one touch back into space. Slogic, the former Rhino, and James battle for it. And taken away by the big Charlotte defender. 6'6".
Yes, he's a big defender. Use that body well, shield that ball, and to win that ball in the corner.
Chance now for Charlotte to come forward. Brown looked for Pfeffer, couldn't get it there, and broken up by James, and Garzi finds Voleski. Davidson. Ekra. All on the outside now for Johnson. Little possession here from Charlotte away from home. 1-1-1.
One thing I just noticed, Joe, is the pace of the game is very fast. I think both teams really want to jump on the other team because they know the potential of the teams, and both teams are on a winning streak, so they want to. It's like getting that first punch in to say, look, hey, I'm here and I'm ready to play.
Slogic. Looking for Enzo Martinez. Can't get it to him. Davidson, a heavy touch. Dos Santos will battle for it. Davidson will keep it. Pfeffer. To Davidson, the 32-year-old. Played in Japan back in 2015 with Siam Navy FC. And Duckett rocks one off of Christian Voleski. It'll be a throw-in coming up on the far side for Joel Johnson. We're in the 4th minute and scoreless. Enzo Martinez having a great start to the year. 3 goals, 1 assist. Selected to the USL Team of the Week 3 times, Enzo Martinez. Gets the one touch, receives it off the chest now. And that one's not going to find the foot of Joel Johnson. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Camden. Making his 5th appearance for the Rhinos, the 21-year-old. Outstanding preseason at left back. Now gets the nod to start this evening once again. Duckett, the former Rhino, was on loan here from the New England Revolution in 2013. Now the team captain for the Independents. Davidson. Back to Kalungi, the veteran who's been around, the 27-year-old. Spent 6 seasons with the Richmond Kickers.
Now Charlotte is being very patient with the ball, coming out their defense, trying to build a play here to move forward.
There's Toch, gets a touch on it, taps it back into the Charlotte half. Kalungi. Slowly trots back. Will play his keeper, Mizell. His 9th appearance of the season. He has played the whole way for Mike Jeffries' Charlotte side. Rhinos coming off a 3-2 win last week against the Charleston Battery. Normally that's a in the bank 0-0, maybe a 1-0 game, but it was 3-2. Farrell, Forbes, and a Walls PK for the Rhinos in a shocking high-scoring affair. Fall looking for Valesky, won't get there.
Yeah, Falls was just trying to pick Valesky out on the top of the box, but just a little bit too heavy on the pass.
Accra. Davidson. Now Kalungi. Back to Accra. USL Team of the Week, Jan Accra. Martinez takes a poke at it. Dominic Samuel will knock it out of play. A little pressure there from Garzi, wins it for the Rhinos. Gets it back. Outside to Canardo Forbes, another USL Team of the Week member. Scored in his last 2 games played. It'll be a throw in the far side for Charlotte. And don't forget to get into the game through the USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. Here in Rochester, 7th minute and scoreless. The Independents and the Rhinos.
Yeah, but it's my tax dollars going up in my school system because I got to pay that.
Davidson works the near side for Kalungi. Slogic. Immediate pressure from James. Spins, clears it, but gives away to Rochester.
Yeah, it looks like Joe. It looks like both teams are just trying to get a rhythm of the game, a feel of the game now. Yeah, as you can see.
This is off the chest of Dos Santos. Feels he was bumped from behind. Won't get the call.
Yeah, Santos was looking for a call there, but the linesman was right there and decided that's a no call.
First of all, I never thought I'd be drinking water out of a bottle.
Accra got some pressure, has to quickly look for his captain, Duckett. Goes outside to Johnson. Forbes forces the giveaway. Camden's going to have to hustle. Estrada all over his back.
I have Joe's team. His team is really
There's Dos Santos. Gets dumped, and it's out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Charlotte. Well, last season, Rochester 17-1-10. Only one blemish, and it came to you-know-who, the Charlotte Independents.
And then I'm thinking that the Rhinos knows this, and they're looking at this, and also the Charlottes know this. So, you know, Rhinos don't want these guys to come at least in their home field and break this winning streak that they're on. And also the Charlottes are thinking, yeah, we can beat these guys because we did it last season, and we can do it again.
A 4-2 win at the end of July in the Queen City for the Independents. The only loss suffered by Rochester in 2015. A lot of new faces in the lineup, but for those who were there last year, maybe a little memory of that and some payback on the line.
Yep, and even the new faces, even with the new ones, that probably knows and seem to have seen the records, and you know, and still thinking that, you know, this is my team now, and this is what I have to protect. So it's no way that I'm going to let these guys come in and ruin what we're trying to build here for this season also.
Garzi will get the boots tied and 10th minute, put this one into play. A little wind at his back. It's a low-driven ball through the mix. Volesky gets a touch on it, but it was just a little too heavy and outside the 6.
Yeah, I think that ball came through a crowd of defenders and right on the thigh of Volesky. I think he didn't realize the ball was going to come through there, or else he probably would have put that one in the back of the net.
Camden gets the ball back. Dos Santos. He's got an assist on the season, his 3rd appearance of the year, looking for his first goal after scoring 8 last season. Fall. Toch spins. Dominic Samuel. Dribbles it out of play. Throw coming up here for the Independents.
When he says the coach is doing a little coaching on the sideline there, I know exactly what he was saying there. Instead of trying to go forward the ball, use your help, because he had help in Samuel had help in the back, and he decided to go forward with it and actually lose it out of bounds.
Good pressure there from Ryan James, the 22-year-old out of Bowling Green. Forcing Charlotte to regroup. Dos Santos, high pressure on Kolungi. That wind really affecting those long balls out of the back.
Yeah, and the wind probably going to end up being a factor during this game, because it's the wind. When you hit the long ball, you're just holding the ball in the air, and that ball is not really going too far out of the defensive back for Charlotte.
16 miles per hour out of the west, 46 degrees. Thrown into Dos Santos. Keeps it in play. Double team, gets away from it momentarily. And Slojek will play it to Davidson. Enzo Martinez. Garzi battles in there nicely. Forbes goes down, no call.
Yeah, that was a little bit dangerous right in attacking third. And
how's that a ball for Farrell? Good one to James. Into the box. Outside the 18 now. Toach back outside. Flag comes up for offside. It is Forbes in behind the defense.
Yeah, Toach has an opportunity there. He could at least take a shot on goal there, but he decided to try to find Forbes on the far right corner, and he was in offside position at that time.
This is one of 8 games tonight in the USL. Busy slate of action. As you look at Charlotte right now, they've got 16 points on the season. Rochester with 13. A victory here, they're level on points, and they'd be 1 behind Louisville City, depending upon what the Kentucky side does this evening at 7:30 against St. Louis. Martinez. Brown. Overlapping, crossed into the box. The header. Couldn't get a head on it, and Grinwis and Dominic Samuel battle for it, but a good opportunity there for Estrada.
Yeah, that was an excellent opportunity for Charlotte. There was a great overlapping run, great cross. Greenwich was there, but he couldn't handle it, and he had to get it cleared by the Samuel.
Now the Rhinos have to deal with some pressure. Let's see how they handle it. Martinez weaving through, and finally Fall knocks it away and pushes up the defense. Davidson. Martinez. Broken up by Dominic Samuel. Grinwis will get a touch on it for Dos Santos. There's Waleski, Dos Santos combining on the challenge, but it's won there by Duckett. Play back to Mizell. Good hard challenge there from Johnson. Maybe a foul, but wasn't called. Now it's Fall who will get a card here. And a talking to from Matthew Franz. First card of the game in the 14th minute. Goes to the Rhinos.
Yeah, this is not as bad as it looks there, but I think because it came with all stud up into the air, the ref see that as a very dangerous play and give him a card for that.
14th minute, it's Fall who picks up the card. The German footballer. Also the cousin of U.S. national team player Jermaine Jones. Enzo Martinez is up and okay. Restart is played short to Kolungi. Back to Davidson. Kolungi for Pfeffer. Now to Brown. No space there. The Rhinos nicely close it down. There's Enzo Martinez. Played behind Dos Santos. Ekra. To Davidson. feels like such a compact field right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, because a lot of the players is in the middle of the field, and both teams are not giving each other opportunity to really open up the play and get the space that they're looking for, and that's why it's looking so compact.
See if someone can break this shell. It's been tight here in 16 minutes or so. James gets a touch, but Pfeffer comes back with it. Pfeffer on loan from the Rapids of Colorado. There's a chance, though, for Valesky coming back the other way in the 16th minute. Garzi, Forbes, Camden. Into the box, looking for Toch. Shot. Couldn't get his hips around that one, and it'll be a goal kick for Mizell. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
Yeah, that was a nice little build up there for the Rhinos. Some great 1-2s in the attacking third of Charlotte. Which ended up in a shot, but you just end up, unfortunately, to go wide of the goalpost.
17th minute. Flags blowing, corner flags even blowing sideways at times. Charlotte going into that stiff wind here in the first 45. Rochester trying to capitalize with that advantage. You can see on this goal kick, it just barely gets to midfield.
Yeah, the ball is just hanging in the air, yeah.
Good touch from Valesky outside to Forbes. Forbes one-on-one with Johnson. Garzi outside to Camden, looks, delivers, and Mizell makes the save.
Great look, great build up there. Just unfortunate the cross was the keeper read that well and came out and picked it up out there.
Mizell, 24 years old, trained with Charlotte early in the 2015 season before having the chance to play in Iceland. Now making his way back to Mike Jeffrey's side in Charlotte. Dos Santos to Valesky. Little shove there. Gets away with one. Duckett, calm and cool under pressure. Saw that here when he played for the Rhinos as well. Here's a little bit of space finally. That's played behind Brown. James. Toch. Kalungi. Nice touch. Off the chest, side of the foot. Good soccer.
Very good soccer. Very good touches there by Kalungi in the defense. And Charlotte is playing right now. Charlotte is playing with a lot of confidence. I mean, they're not panicking when they get the ball. I mean, even when they have the pressure coming, they're still playing well and keeping their composure.
There's Pfeffer, Davidson, Slogic. There's the pressure, and it's knocked away by James. Charlotte coming off a game Tuesday at Wilmington, 1-1 tie. Brown with the goal for the Independents. Third game in 7 days for Mike Jeffrey's side. Looking for Johnson on the overlap, but Forbes is quick to hustle back.
It's a great work by Forbes there to see that overlap and run and to actually take on that guy in that run and to win that ball in that open space on the right side there.
Be a throw in for Camden. Rhinos are 3-0 at home. Looking to stay perfect on this 4-game homestand. Pfeffer stood up at the wall of Toch. Goes outside to Canardo Forbes. Finally reaches him. Back to Garzi. Wearing the captain's armband tonight. Tony Walls, by the way, is a healthy scratch this evening. And if you look at the roster sheet, there's some different names showing up tonight for Rochester. Number 6, Michel Gilavogi, could get his debut tonight. Also, Sofiane Turgu, number 29, the Frenchman. Played indoors with Baltimore over the winter. Now listed as a possible substitute for Bob Lilly's side. One's deflected. Samuel will get it back to Grinwis. Has to quickly hurry.
That one was a little dangerous. There was close.
Mizell, again, you can see that ball reaches at one point, it just dies. Charlotte will have to keep the possession on the ground, at least in the first half, with that stiff wind.
Yeah, I mean, both teams. I mean, Charlotte is trying to play a little bit of ball in the air, but every time they try to get it over, it just keep hanging into the air just because of that wind. So I think going forward, both teams have to realize that and see that and make that adjustment to start playing the ball on the ground instead of in the air.
Good 1-2, gets it back to Slogic. Now Martinez. Knocked out a play, deep throwing coming up here for the Charlotte Independents.
Again, and this is what I was talking about earlier, but there's the space to do what you need is not there for both teams, because each team is defensively, they come in with the first defender, second defender, and third defender just to close those spaces down.
This is cleared to Kolungi. Valesky with the pressure you talk about. Wins a free kick. Handball called on Kolungi. It'll be right at midfield for the Rhinos. Crowd says, hey, what are you doing?
It's a little bit of trickery of the game, of the little mind game there, you know. Asking the referees is back there and throw the ball back there, you know. That's all part of the fun of the game.
Hey, if you can push it back 5 or 10 yards, take it. There's a high delivery, swerving into the box. And the wind will carry that one out of play. Canardo Forbes, the intended target, unable to get there. The 27-year-old who had 3 goals and 5 assists last season. Well, midweek, these two teams will shift gears and I guess you could say open up a new season. It'll be the U.S. Open Cup for Rochester. It'll be the second round matchup against Southie FC. It'll be 7 p.m. right here at Rhino Stadium, while Charlotte will take on the Charlotte Eagles from the PDL on Wednesday. The winner of the Rhinos Southie FC game will take on the winners of Lansdowne Boys or the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And while Charlotte Eagles and Charlotte Independents will take on, the winner of that game will take on the Carolina Railhawks. Third round games, by the way, are June 1st. Should the Rhinos win, that'll be right here at Rhino Stadium.
Those are fun games for the lower division teams, not teams like the Rhinos, because I mean they have a lower division and the amateur division playing against the Rhinos, and you know, winning a game like that, you know, it's like winning the World Cup for those teams.
You played for the Rhinos in '96, '97, and pretty good run that first year.
Yeah, pretty good run. I mean, it was an excellent run playing against guys like Valderrama. And then, and you know, a lot of big name players at that time.
Echeverry, Diaz Arce,
yes.
Jaime Moreno.
Yes. I mean, those guys came in and think they was going to walk over the Rhinos, but for us, it was like, you know, it was playing the World Cup playing against these guys.
And of course, 1999, winning the U.S. Open Cup, the only non-MLS team to do that.
Yes.
Sporting KC beats Philly last season. 16th consecutive year an MLS team had won the Cup. Last time was the '99 Rhinos. Valesky's flag is up. He's offside.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity there. Just a little bit too fast on the pass, and he was in an outside position by the time he gets there. But it was a great opportunity there to get a goal.
24th minute and scoreless in Rochester. Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. Mizell, good choice to keep that one low and driven. Got some distance on that, but Toch steps in. Ball is up and flag is up again. And Valesky is in behind the defense. We'll just keep those fans' comments to ourselves. There's Kolungi looking for Brown. You know, last week got to sit down in the stands because it was the USL game of the week, and you kind of forget how it is down there in the
I say,
trenches,
yeah,
you know?
it's a little different than up here than being down there because you hear it all down there.
We've got headphones on. We've got people talking to us. And when you're down there, you're right in the middle of it. Kalungi heads this one out of play in the 25th minute. Hope you're enjoying our coverage. On the Rhinos Broadcast Network, Joe Giuliano along with former Rhino Darryl Stewart. Long thrown into the box. Headed away by Kalungi, who's had a lot of touches here in this first half. There's Brown, a 23-year-old. Who's on loan from the Jamaican side, Harbor View FC. Outside to Johnson. Ekra. Martinez. Now Slogic. Pfeffer. Martinez to Brown. Congested inside that 18. Martinez looking to get away in or out. He can't, and it'll be Farrell who knocks it away.
I mean, there's another good opportunity there for Charlotte, but I mean, it's so hard to get through because the Rhinos is sending 2 and 3 defenders on one ball and one player just to close that space down.
A hard challenge there from Dominic Samuel. And I'm sure after giving up 2 goals against Charleston, this is something Bob Lilly preached all week.
Yes, I'm sure.
Tighten up the back. Davidson to Martinez. Down, back up. Looking for Ekra, but it's Forbes. He gets chopped down. And it'll be a free kick coming up for the Rhinos.
Yeah, that's what you call one of those professional fouls. You know, to slow him down. You're in your attacking third of the field. Instead of letting him go and create a chance against you, you take that foul. That's a professional foul right there.
There's Grinwis deep and no one there. Rhinos having some trouble here with the connections as we move through the first half. Bob Lilly pacing the sideline and having a few words with the players available for selection. Not afraid to pull the trigger. If something it's not going his way, there will be changes.
There will be. Then that's a sign of a true coach who sees something is not going wrong and want to make that correction and find a way to make that happen, to make that correction and to make it happen.
There's Brown, so strong on holding the ball, fighting off challenges. Battles there again, wins the throw-in, and referee will overrule his assistant and give it to Charlotte.
Hey, Dave, if you can jump the fence real quick.
Throw in for Johnson, midfield on the far side. The Rhinos and the Independents have only met twice. Of course, the Independents buying the USL rights to that territory as the Eagles went down to the PDL. We mentioned a 4-2 win for Charlotte at home. They tied 0-0 in Rochester as Enzo Martinez starting to get a little feel here. This one was off the face of Dos Santos, has to shake it off. He'll continue, big tough competitor.
Yeah, he took a nasty hit there in the face by the ball at a close range. He's back and he's going again.
There's Martinez. Went outside again. I thought he had more space to go inside. It's Slogic who will win a throw-in here for Charlotte. Rhinos with 8 goals scored this season, 5 given up. Looking to bolster down that defense, and that's a poor decision from Enzo Martinez.
Yeah, he took a greater shot to try to put on a target, but he just pulled it a little bit too much, and it goes way wide of the mark.
29th minute and scoreless at Rhino Stadium. Rochester will be home on Wednesday for a U.S. Open Cup second round game. Next USL game will be Sunday the 22nd at Orlando. While Charlotte will be home on Saturday against FC Cincinnati. Play, throwing for the Rhinos.
Yeah, the Rhinos putting a little bit of pressure on the top of the box here. causing Charlotte to put it out of bounds, so to get out of danger.
Dominic Samuel. Good throw and got it to James. Just couldn't get the cross away.
Yeah, that was actually a great throw and a great run, a great run to the corner, and I believe that ball actually get through there.
It did. It did. It was a great idea for Dominic Samuel, kind of directing traffic, telling him where he wanted him to go. Corner kick number 1 for the home side. It'll be Forbes to take it. Canardo has 2 goals on the season. Will he get a helper here? Diving header from Farrell, but it's deflected out of play. Another corner kick coming up.
Yeah, it was a great effort there by Farrell. I mean, an in-swinger from Forbes, and Farrell just diving it. That's the only thing he could have done on that one is diving and hit it, and get deflected to going out of bounds. We have another corner kick.
Forbes driven. Farrell gets it again. He has been a magnet on corner kicks. Estrada. Slogic. Martinez gives it back to James. Forbes. That one's out of play. And we'll have a goal kick coming up here for the Charlotte Independents. The affiliate of the MLS Colorado Rapids. Charlotte owned by the same team that runs the Charlotte Hounds of the MLL, Major League Lacrosse. And the Rhinos ownership group, well, that's been well publicized. Thanks to the saviors of soccer, David and Wendy Dworkin, coming in and keeping this team alive in 2016 and beyond. Good win by Toch. Loose ball that was picked up again by the Rhinos. There's Canardo Forbes. Good little spin move. Gets away from Johnson.
It was just a great move to get away from there. Great cross into the middle. And James is,
If Slogic is not 6'6" with those long legs, James is in goal.
James, that was a great move by Forbes to turn and looked and see him on the far corner. Just a little bit short of legs, and it probably has a goal there.
And that's what it's going to take. You've talked about how tight it is out there. It's going to take like an individual move like that just to find any kind of space.
Yes, I think so. You're going to take some individual move and some great creativity from 1 or 2 players to find some open space to make it happen. Because I think those short passes and triangle moves is getting closed down so quickly by both teams. It's going to be hard to work those up and down the field.
Good work there from Forbes, leading to the 3rd corner kick that Mizell able to scoop up for the Independents. Minute number 33 on a cool, cloudy, windy evening in Rochester. Fall. Slogic. Back to the Rhinos, Voleski. Dos Santos just outside the 18. Chips into the box. The header, and it one hops into the arms of Mizell.
Again, it's the same thing we were just talking about. This great individual effort there by Dos Santos to get around that defender and to get it into the box.
And the man who gets his head on it is the 5'7" Mike Garzi. Amongst the trees, he gets up and in the air. Foul is called against Brown, and it'll be fall on the Rhinos to have the restart.
Yeah, Brown just loses balance, and he figured he's going to fall and take the legs of the Rhino player out.
Brown played last season the NASL with Indy 11, 24 games played, 5 goals. The year before that, 8 games with the MLS side, Philadelphia Union. Johnson, a 23-year-old, gets the throw in back from Estrada. There's Martinez. Brown, Martinez. Nobody on the end of it except for Adam Grinwis, the Solid 0.66 goals against average this season for the 24-year-old out of the University of Michigan.
Game updates and video highlights from across the league.
Waleski and Duckett, good battle early on here tonight. Garzi back to Farrell. Scored his first professional goal against Charleston. Gets it now. Middle of the field for Dos Santos. To Toch. Forbes. He's got a rocket. Block there by Brown. Loose ball here. And Dominic Samuel stands up like a wall. And Pfeffer takes the brunt of that one.
Yeah, he did. I think Dominic Samuel, I don't know what he was waiting. I think he was waiting for the ball to get to him instead of him moving towards the ball. And at the last minute, realized, well, the ball is not coming. So he stepped forward, and there was a collision there. I don't think there was anything malice about that or anything intentional about that foul.
Pfeffer ran into a wall, and he is slow to get up. Here's a look at it. They kind of both hesitated for a split second.
Yeah, they hesitated, and then it was just a collision on both players. Nothing intentional, nothing malice at all.
Pfeffer up and hobbling. Good spin. Sent forward. Referee will call this one back. Didn't see a flag come up for that one. So Valeski's call for a foul. Well, Dominic Samuel and Pfeffer collided. No call made. Pfeffer comes over, talks to the fourth official. Says, you had a good view of it. No luck.
Yeah, the inside judge referee was actually right there to see that play. So he see that as no. It's just a collision between two players and nothing really malice.
Johnson looking for Martinez, can't get it there. Forbes and the Rhinos look to break through, can't. Johnson out of the Valencia Youth Academy in Spain. Gets it to Ekra, now to Slogic. Deep swerving ball. Estrada for Martinez. Quick shot taken there, and it's blocked. Johnson into the box. No one there but black jerseys. Charlotte retains possession all the way back to Kalungi. Now Duckett. Pfeffer. Back to Kalungi, 38th minute and no score. Johnson has Ekra wide open, gets him the ball in the middle. Ekra. Nope, not going to work in the wind there. Dominic Samuel, powerful header. There's Camden. Clearance goes nowhere. It's Duckett, who also used to play for the Charlotte Eagles back in 2014. The referee will slow this one down just for a moment here and give a throw in at midfield. As Duckett and Dos Santos make nice and throw in possession, given back to Charlotte.
Yeah, good sportsmanship there.
There's Mizell. Outside to Duckett. Wind picking up again. That corner flag on that far side. Level to the ground. You can hear the wind coming through our mics. Intercepted by Toch. And that is not a good effort by Toch.
It's not a good decision at all by Toch. I mean, he has the Santos. Should actually try to thread him in that slot there, but he decided to take a shot, which I think was not really a very good decision, but it's a shot on goal. Yeah.
And Bob Lilly up immediately, offering another suggestion, another option for Toch. And the ball dying before the center circle. Zwoleski. Dominic Samuel hustles, keeps it in play. James off of Pfeffer. 40th minute. We are zeros in Rochester. There's that play again. He tried it again. This time couldn't pull it off.
Couldn't pull it off. I mean, you do. It's like you do it once, and they're aware of that kind of play. So I mean, he's actually was directing him again to make that move, but those guys was ready for that.
Got a corner kick here for the Rhinos. Slogic and Samuel crash into each other in 41st minute, fourth corner kick of the game for the Rhinos. It's Canardo Forbes over to take it.
And here Lily is using this little bit of time to use it as a coaching moment for Samuel.
Forbes low delivery. And immediately cleared away by Martinez. Throwing for the Rhinos. James, the rookie. Slogic, 6'6", is going to win that every time. Enzo Martinez. Fall. Forbes, Toch. Good stuff.
Great stuff there. Great 1-2 ball between James and Forbes.
Be a throw-in for the Rhinos. 42nd minute and scoreless. There's a quick look at that last scuffle along the sideline. So we're back to live action with Pfeffer. And Fall will jump up and over Enzo Martinez. Fall, his third appearance of the season. Played in Austria last season for Lustenau. Now kind of putting claim to that spot at central back. Oh, a good move from Brown. Goes outside to Johnson.
That's a great little move there. Great behind the legs trick there.
Garzi is held up, and there's got to be a card here.
Yeah.
Indeed, there will be. And it's Ekra.
And again, you hear me talking about being a professional foul. And that one was definitely not a professional foul. I mean, he actually grabbed them and definitely held them back from making a breakaway move. And this definitely deserves a yellow card in this play.
So the Team of the Week member, Jan Ekra, will get a yellow card here for that challenge against Mike Garzi.
And if we look at it here again, you can see it's actually he actually held them and pulled them back.
Delivery is high and off the top of Pfeffer's head. Throwing for Samuel. Dos Santos. Kalungi breaks it up. Davidson. Duckett. Knock one way downfield and no go there. It's Camden. Forbes for Dos Santos. Could be onto something here. Punched away by Mizell, and he picks it up on the hop.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity for scoring, but the keeper came out and cut that out.
Deflected ball, middle of the park. Toch goes down, wins the call. Throwing a free kick here for the Rhinos. The Rhinos, 7 of their last 8 goals have been over this 3-game homestand. '45th minute. Forbes runs out of space, throwing here for Charlotte.
Yeah, the ball seemed there from the fire and went over the touchline.
They'll take their time here. Stiff wind to deal with in the first 45 minutes. As Kalungi knocks it down the middle of the park. Slogic. Pfeffer. Looking for Slogic, pushing forward. He's taken down by Toch. And we'll see if there's a card issued here to Toch. Matthew Franz is the referee. And he'll give him a verbal warning. And Charlotte is not happy with that.
I mean, that's a sign of a great ref. I mean, you give him a warning. There's nothing intentional or malice about that. But again, if you're on the opposite end of that, you want him to issue a card.
1 minute of stoppage time.
1 minute of stoppage time.
Slogic. Martinez rips a shot off the side of the post and out of play.
Yeah, that was a difficult angle to score at, and that's why he hit it with that much power.
There's a good look at it.
I mean, it was a great touch, great pass, 1-2 pass inside, great right around the. And that was a great hit right there, but with the power, again, to score a goal like that, has to hit it with the power, which he did.
Kalungi heads away to Davidson. Looking for Martinez again. He'll get on the end of it. Slow down with the cross. Johnson. Now back to Bilal Duckett. And that will bring half number 1 to a close at Rhino Stadium. 45 minutes of play, the Rhinos and the Independents. Between Rochester and Charlotte as Brown and the Eagles apply immediate pressure. Johnson coming in to help out. Knocks this one off of Farrell. Should be a corner kick. And is the first one of the game for the Charlotte Eagles, who now get the benefit of that strong 16-mile-per-hour wind as we begin half number 2. We talked about it during the first half. It is a very chilly night. Feels like 45 degrees with the wind chill. 52 degrees the actual temperature.
Yes, it's a chilly evening here, and the temperature's slowly dropping even more.
Grinwis gets a nice little touch on that one to at least put it out of danger and win a goal kick here for the Rhinos. As we begin half number 2 on a very cold night in the middle of May.
Yeah, only in Rochester, you can have these kind of weather.
Well, it's almost summertime. We'll go up by about 5 degrees if we're lucky. Kalungi back to Mizell. On the outside, Slogic. Picked up by Dominic Samuel on the Rhinos. It's behind Dos Santos to Estrada. No changes for either side as we begin half number 2. Tonight's game produced by John Catalano and Production Company. Camden still hanging on, looking, plays it short to Canaro Forbes.
Yeah, Camden had no way to go for that play there. No one was moving for him, so he very wisely played it back to his defender.
Now the Rhinos going into that stiff wind are going to have to look for maybe a little more possession.
Yeah, to play this ball, you have to play it on the ground and not in the air going into the wind.
Dos Santos has taken a beating tonight. It's the second or third time he's taken a knock to his head.
Yes, yeah, he is taking a beating. I think he's a big body. He put himself in these plays, in this position to win these balls, and he's taking a beating for that.
It'll be Toch on the restart. Chips it into the box. Duckett gets the header on it. Ekra comes away with it. Estrada. Knocked away by Dominic Samuel. Garzi. And the 2 new players just clearing waivers and could make their debut tonight for Rochester. Michel Gilavogi and Sofian Turgu. Gilavogi should be an easy one for Giuliano to say. There's Brown looking for Estrada. He's double teamed, and Farrell finds Forbes. Now Toch with some touches and some space. Good ball, Dos Santos working on the near side. Dos Santos shots deflected, and Mizell has to hustle back, and it ends up on top of the Charlotte net.
Yeah, that was good. Again, a good individual effort there by Dos Santos. And again, as I said, I think it's going to take an individual effort, just like what Dos Santos just executed there to get a goal here.
And there's a stoppage.
And it goes there's a deflection right there.
Forbes and Joel Johnson have a word with the referee and shake hands, make nice. As Duckett is tending to his shoes, he's down, and not sure if he's changing the shoes or not, but corner kick will be set up on the near side for the Rhinos. Be sure to get into the game through USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. Great look at those replays. Thanks to our production team. Corner kick, number 5, Forbes. At the 6, scramble in front, cleared out to the corner of the 18. Canardo swerving ball. Doesn't find its way on frame, and it'll be a goal kick for Charlotte.
Yeah, there was a little battle inside there for the Rhinos, but it just fascinating because it's so tight. I mean, both teams is playing these balls so tight in tight spaces and really closing down on the offensive part of the play. So it makes it a little difficult to get in space to do anything.
It's Mizell. First goal kick to get up and over midfield because he's got the wind at his back now. Brown. Pfeffer. Martinez. Camden breaks up the ball for Estrada. Johnson comes in hard, knocks it out of play, throwing for the Rhinos. Here's Grinwis pressured by Brown, has to hurry.
Yeah, Grinwis got to be a little bit careful. This is the second one he's taking his time, and these guys are really closing down very quickly on him.
There's Garzi. On the near side for Camden. Back to Toch. Fall. Santos. Toch has to hustle to keep this one, and he does. Threads the needle, the toe poke, and it is just knocked out of play by the Charlotte defender, Kolungi. And that'll give Rochester another corner kick. 6th one of the game. Here's a look at the replay.
Yes, Torch coming through is a beautiful through ball, but he was just poked away right at the last minute when the Santos was getting onto it. Great defending there.
Forbes steps into it. Punched away by Mizell. James gets dumped on the play, and a restart here for the Rhinos.
And this
Shooting distance for sure.
Yes, it's definitely in a dangerous position that the Rhinos can actually put this one away. This is a great opportunity here for the Rhinos.
Garzi, Camden over the ball, taking a look at it. Martinez trying to delay the restart here as the wall getting set up by Charlotte. Rochester 4-1-1. Charlotte 5-2-1 on the season. Scoreless in the second half. Looks like Camden may have something up from the bag of tricks. Steps over, chips into the box. Header by Dos Santos, and no trouble there for Mizell.
That was an easy save there for Mizell. I mean, in a situation like this, we were so close, right at the top of the box. I would actually take a shot on goal, put it on goal, put it on target, and see what happens. You may get a deflection or rebound and then an easy tap in.
Downfield. You can see the benefit of the win now for the long balls coming out of the back end for Charlotte. Dos Santos battles with Kalungi, goes down. Free kick for the Rhinos. Dos Santos takes a lot of beatings. He is on that turf quite a bit.
He is on that turf, and he's fighting, he's battling. I mean, and he's paying for it. And if he keep fighting, he may pay us off for him in the end. He may be the one who it was his individual effort may break Charlotte down.
He's a handful, especially going straight at defense. Farrell, Camden, Forbes. Over Duckett's head, Kalungi there to back him up. Toch. James delivers. Dos Santos off the chest, tries to turn, can't get full contact. And it's knocked away by Duckett.
Oh, and he's on the ground, beating the ground. He's frustrated. He knows he should have had that one. I mean, great control in the chest and great turn to shoot, but just miskicked. And here it is, control in the chest.
This one's in front, and Voleski just gets a touch on it wide. Sorry to cut you off.
That's okay. I mean, Dos Santos again, he turned on the chest and swing, and he knew if he had that connected with that one would probably be a goal.
Here's a look at that last chance for Voleski. Just couldn't make a solid touch on the ball. Replays coming fast and furious with the official Darryl Stewart television monitor. Mizell gets that kick downfield, headed by Farrell. Martinez coming from an offside position. Well, we talked about the new subs available for the Rhinos. They've also got Apostolopoulos, the central defender, who's recovering from a hamstring injury, warming up. Jordan Becker, Marcos Ugarte, and Asani Samuels. We'll get that Charlotte list of substitutions momentarily. They are all warming up behind the end line, and it's offside here on the Rhinos. Kyle Renfro, the backup keeper. You've got Metcalf, Hilton, Bartlett, Hellman, Ochoa, and Jorge Herrera, the dangerous number 10, the Colombian, with 2 goals, 2 assists this season. And really put an impact on a game. '57th minute and scoreless in Rochester as Dos Santos finds it on the near side for Forbes. Cuts it back to his right. Camden looks, swings the ball in. And this is headed up and over the goal. It'll be goal kick coming up here. And don't forget that Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
There's a great cross here by Camden. And it was actually a bicycle instead of the header. I thought it was actually coming off the head, but it was actually a little bicycle kick in between there.
Saw Voleski's foot kind of just come popping out. Voleski looking for his 4th goal of the season to go along with 1 assist. There's Mizell. His goal kick picked up by Ekra. Now Slogic. Taken away by Toch. The Rhinos have Dos Santos. Bad hop for him there. Here's Duckett. Johnson. Enzo Martinez. Gets it through. Far side, now back to the near side for Pfeffer. Finds Martinez, top of the 18. Stood up there by Farrell. And the Rhinos will go with a long ball looking for Voleski. Duckett will close the gap and play it back to Mizell. Johnson. Back to the former Rhino and Revolution player, Bilal Duckett. Davidson. Oh, good ball from Martinez to Estrada. Swerving it to the outside. Estrada one-on-one with Samuels. Into the box, a little too deep on the cross. It's Pfeffer and Martinez to combine. Martinez cuts around one, a heavy touch here. Johnson's gonna have to hurry. Finds Davidson. Brown lays it off, no one there but Toch. And Acra hustles to knock it away from him.
Yeah, it looks like Charlotte is settling down and knocking the ball around a little bit and playing some possession here instead of putting it into the air.
In the last couple of minutes, too, you can see they're getting first to the ball,
Yes,
out hustling
yes,
Rochester.
Yes.
Pfeffer. Davidson. There's Brown. Martinez getting dangerous here as this game goes on, seeing a lot of the ball.
Yeah, but all the Rochester can do now is like just try to clear the ball out of the box. They just seem to be standing and watching and not really moving to the ball.
Estrada to Martinez. Still Martinez, a shot not too far off the mark by Enzo Martinez. And that one is deflected for a corner kick.
Yeah, that one was deflected. I think if he didn't get a little deflection there, he'd probably went and tag it and be a little bit dangerous for Goodwin in there.
Second corner kick of the game here for the Charlotte Independents. Enzo Martinez to do the honors. There's a good little build-up there, but you can see the hustle.
Right.
Winning opportunities.
That's a great shot.
Not too far off the mark. There's the delivery. It's a deep one. And this is off the head of Dos Santos. It'll be a corner kick. They'll just switch it to the far side now. Third one of the game for Charlotte. Away from home, they're 1-1-1. Charlotte's third game in 7 days. Rhinos last played on Friday against Charleston. A 3-2 win. Here's Martinez again. Gives the signal. Good delivery into the mix. Fall gets the header on it. And Garzi finishes the clearance. Straight up in the air, though. Still in play. And Brown, a little shove, getting Garzi up and over the sideline.
Yeah, that was a little physical there.
Martinez tried to flick it forward. No one there, but the Rhinos and Wall fall. That's up on the foot of Dos Santos. This is where he's dangerous. That full sprint ahead. He goes down again.
Goes down on the turf again, and I think it could play the body again. I mean, it is going off of his body and then taking him down.
Kalungi, Davidson, former team MVP for the Carolina Railhawks, goes outside. Slogic. No one on the end of it. The Rhinos get it to Dos Santos. Looks for his strike mate in Voleski. And Kalungi just so strong and experienced. Got that good sense of positioning.
Yeah, he does. He positions himself pretty well around the ball and position himself between the man and the ball.
There's Grinwis. Martinez flicks it forward, but Farrell get there first. Battle in the middle of the park. Foul's called against Jan Ekra.
It looks like Rochester's doing what Charlotte was doing in the first half, is just hitting the ball, trying to hit it long. When they hit it long, because they're going into the wind, the ball is just hanging in the air. And Charlotte now is trying to use the wind as the advantage and hitting it long and hard and getting it into the Rhinos box.
Good little flick there from Forbes. Just couldn't get it to Camden. As Duckett is there, Brown battling with Farrell. Good win by Joe Farrell. Again, hustling though, as Brown knocks it away from Toch. Sends it forward to Brown. He's tripped up, and he was the last defender. And it's going to be Dominic Samuel, who has shown a yellow card for his challenge as the last man back. Luckily that it wasn't the other one.
Exactly, and you can see in that same situation there, Brown is hustling. He is hustling. I mean, he lost the ball. Yep. If you can see it right here now, Brown, he lost the ball and he's down on the ground. And he gets up and poke it away here, And then he was the one on the other receiving end of the ball, right, for this through ball right here. And then he hustled right and get right in front of him.
A dangerous restart here for Charlotte
That's
as we
right.
look at it again. And
Again.
you're right, you nailed it. The hustle is there.
Yeah, he's hustling. Not only he wins that challenge from getting knocked down, he poked it away and then stayed with the play and overrun Samuel to get that ball in front of him.
Excellent look at the replays. Thanks to John Catalano. And got the little monitor right here, and it's first class all the way. Free kick coming up here for Charlotte. Enzo Martinez taking a look at it, along with Ekra. Pfeffer there as well. 4 on the wall for the Rhinos. Here's the whistle, the touch, the shot. Maybe tipped up and over by Grinwis, and let's see, nope. Referee will say he did not touch it. It'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. And we'll have our first substitution of the game coming up now here in the 65th minute. It's the man we talked about, the dangerous Colombian, Jorge Herrera, coming on for number 27, Zach Pfeffer. Herrera, 34 years old, 2 goals, 2 assists on this season so far for the Independents. 65th minute, first substitution of the game. And it's a dangerous one. Herrera, 3 goals, 5 assists last season. First player ever signed in Independence history. The Colombian has also played in Argentina and Paraguay. A true number 10. And now come on and take his spot right in the middle of the field, or should he go outside? We'll see. We've seen him kind of balance all over the place.
He looks like he's going to be in the middle of the field.
And here's the goal kick from Grinwis. Flicked on by Apostolopoulos. Toch, another little offering forward. Voleski to James. Now back to Dominic Samuel. Picked up a yellow card in the 64th minute. Fall. And a high boot there from Voleski on Duckett. And bring this one to a halt.
Yeah, that was, again, this is just a little bit of hustling there. And nothing intentional on that one at all. And as the ref was right there to see it, nothing intentional.
And while we have a little break here, don't forget to keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. As we look at Duckett, he's up and okay. A 27-year-old defender. Kalunji. Fall. Farrell. Grinwis back to Farrell on the near side, 67th minute. And scoreless. Good hustle from Forbes, backtracking to win it to Toch. Long ball, Dos Santos turns on the Jets, but Slogic, 6'6". And again, the long legs able to knock that one out of danger. Dominic Samuel looking for an option. Whips it into the box for Voleski. James. Garzi. Knocked away Estrada. Little pocket here. Sent forward. Fall breaks it up nicely. Here's Herrera, who's actually on the left side now. Pushing in. Here's Brown. Martinez. Brown. Estrada, chip shot, off the crossbar in front. Herrera's there, but it goes out of play. The Rhinos dodge a bullet.
Oh, that was a huge one. I mean, that was very, very well placed ball. He saw Grinwis off his line, and he just basically chipped him and got him. And here we go. Beautiful ball from Brown. Back to Brown. Saw the keeper off his line, looked up, chipped him. Just unfortunately to hit the crossbar.
Oh, just a little more, and Charlotte's got a 1-0 lead. The Rhinos dodge a big one there. as they hang on to keep this one scoreless. Davidson, Herrera. And for Estrada, Grinwis is quick off his line. The Rhinos are going to make a bunch of substitutions here. Good thing my pencil is sharpened and ready to go.
Yeah, I think the Rhinos now is looking for some fresh legs to get out there.
Fall. James almost gets through the traffic, but Herrera comes away with it. He's dumped, and the referee makes the call. Dominic Samuel call for the foul.
Samuel, he's got to be careful because
That's
he
right.
already have a yellow card. You got to be careful with the way he's playing now. I mean, that doesn't mean he has to not play physical, but you just got to be smart in his plays.
Played short to Ekra. Broken up by Dominic Samuel.
A threesome.
Picked up here
No problem.
by Davidson. Gets it back. Enzo Martinez. Brown into the 18. Left shot there with the left is Grinwis to make the save, diving, and not as much power as he wanted on that one.
Yeah, not enough power. I think he was just looking to place him to curve it in the far corner. Not much power, but just more placement. And again, Charlotte is really looking to play more of a finesse game now. They're playing the ball on the ground, making those 1-2 passes. And the Rhinos is not moving as well as they did in the first half.
There's Brown. Martinez, a chip forward for Estrada. Camden takes no chances, and what do you have here? A goal kick, or a corner kick, or a throw-in?
Yeah, exactly. It's a throwing. Yeah, Camden was just smart. He just get rid of it because he don't want to be put his team in any danger here.
Yeah, the referee's going to push him forward. It's right near the corner flag, where Johnson's going to have to trot over and take this throw-in. In the 71st minute, Rex the Rhino and the crowd watching a scoreless one so far. Headed to Forbes. Dos Santos. James hustles this one down. Has to get it back to Dos Santos, but Kalungi is there.
Yeah, very well cut out there by Kalungi. He saw the play coming and he did a bit well to get rid of it.
There's Kalungi again. Kalungi, Slogic, Duckett. A good back line. You throw Johnson on the other side. This Fall has some time, looks up, takes a few touches. Chips it forward for Dos Santos. Kalungi. Looking for Herrera. This one is knocked out of play off the Rhinos. And they're going to make 3 substitutions here momentarily as they'll check in with the 4th official. Brown. Herrera. Davidson. Nicely headed away. The Rhinos have a chance as Slogic is overlapping. Some gaps on the flank here, but the pressure is slowing down the Rhinos' attack. Handball called by Brown. And it'll be free kick to the Rhinos, and we should have our substitutions now, and it'll be Ugarte, Samuels, and the newcomer, Sofian Turgu. He will debut with the Rhinos. We'll get those changes for you. As Ryan James is coming over, along with Toch and Canardo Forbes. These changes coming up in the 73rd minute. So Ugarte on for James, Samuels for Toch, Turgu for Forbes. And if Turgu sounds like a new name, it is. Sofian Turgu is 24 years old, out of France. Very good feet. Played at Southern New Hampshire University. Signed with the Baltimore Blast of the MASL towards the tail end of the season. Played 5 games there, had 3 goals and 3 assists. So Sofian Turgu makes his debut here with the Rhinos tonight. This one's Sent forward looking for Dos Santos. Sonny Samuels gets his first touch on it. Now Turgu, wearing number 29. Pushed into the box. Ugarte. Ekra comes away with it for Charlotte. Spinning away is Martinez. Outside, Brown. Got Herrera helping him as well. Finds Herrera. Back onto the near side for Estrada. Broken up. Ugarte's got some space. Plays it on the ground, but broken up by Davidson. Again, first to the ball.
First to the ball, yeah. Just, I mean, the Rhinos are waiting for the ball to get there. They got to get to the ball.
Enzo Martinez has been a handful tonight. This is Sonny Samuels. Just giving away back to Charlotte. Played now to Kalungi. Akra. Davidson. Duckett. Brown. Martinez played it behind Slogic. A chance for the Rhinos to counter. Sonny Samuels with all sorts of speed trips on the ball. And Charlotte comes away with it.
That's unfortunate. You can see he had the space there to go forward, and just unfortunate to tripped on the ball.
Samuels. Still space and time. Spinning away with it. Gives it up to Herrera.
And there's space and the time, but there's no one moving for him in a timely manner so he can get the ball.
Martinez in, top of the 18. Loose ball still there. Cuts it back across, and Brown can't get it to settle. And it will be a corner kick for the Independents, who are knocking on the door.
Right. And it looks like Martinez and Brown is the one who's creating all these problems for the Rhinos defense, because these guys are working, these guys are moving. They never stop moving to the top. They're from side to side, from end line to end line, right around the box area. They're moving, they're hustling, they're getting the first to the ball.
Now Herrera, the master of the set piece, will march over to take this corner kick in the 76th minute. There's the outswinging delivery. Slogic's header. Last touch by the Rhinos. Another corner kick here for the visitors. It's their 5th of the game. And they will make a change. They'll bring on number 20, Christopher Hellman. We'll see if he comes on now. And yes, they're going to call for him. Assistant coach says no, not yet. But he will be coming on for number 11, David Estrada, when the time is right.
This substitution for
Here's Herrera. Good delivery.
Christopher Hellman.
Headed at the 6 by Fall.
11, David Estrada.
Cleared away by Ugarte. In the 77th minute, we are scoreless at Rhino Stadium. And now the change will be made. Christopher Hellman, the 23-year-old out of Lynn University, is going to replace David Estrada. Hellman, very familiar name to Mike Jeffries because they played under him at the PDL team, Des Moines Menace, finalist for the most valuable player in 2014 in the PDL when he scored 9 goals, had 7 assists under Mike Jeffries as the coach. Farrell knocks it out of play. Second change of the game there for the Independents. 5 allowed per side. Herrera swerving shot. And Grinwis at the near post snags it.
You can see that this guy Herrera, man, these guys are just moving, and moving. So I think the Rhinos just need to do is just to settle down now and know they're going against the wind, so they need to play the ball more on the ground.
Sonny Samuels battling with Akra, fights through his challenge. Samuels still with it. Davidson stands him up and knocked away to Garzi. Rhinos with a chance now. Dos Santos on the far side. One-on-one with Slogic. Dos Santos cuts inside. Poked away there by Akra.
Yeah, so Dos Santos is trying to go one-on-one with the outside defender.
forget the Rhinos will be home on Wednesday night, second round of the U.S. Open Cup against Southie FC. Former Rhino Nano Short, a member of that team. Southie FC knocking off the Seacoast United Phantoms in round one. It'll be 7 p.m. right here at Rhino Stadium. And the winner to face the Riverhounds from the USL or the Lansdowne Boys out of New York City. The NASL will enter the U.S. Open Cup in the third round, while MLS, always exciting when they enter the league or the cup in the fourth round.
Yes, it is. It just makes it a little bit more exciting for whoever is playing an MLS team.
There's Ekra. We're in the 80th minute and scoreless. Knocked out of bounds by Garzi. Sofian Turgu is the newest member of the Rhinos to make his debut tonight. The 24-year-old. It's Enzo Martinez looking for Johnson, and he won't get it there.
Yeah, he had him in the opening the outside, but it's just a little bit heavy on the touch.
Camden throwing is in and then out. It'll be Charlotte's chance to put it back into play. Martinez looking for Brown. The Jamaican who's on loan. Gets it again. Brown still with it. And speaking of Jamaicans, Romeo Parks, former member of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, has been released from the team following that vicious challenge in the game against the New York Red Bulls 2. What's interesting there too is he was selected to the 40-man roster for the Copa America. So I wonder how that suspension affects that situation as well.
I wonder if it does carry over.
But the unnecessary, vicious challenge. His contract immediately terminated by the Riverhounds. Slogic battling there with Dos Santos. Back to Mizell. Now Kalungi. Davidson. Helmet a little flick forward, fall. Hustles back for the Rhinos, pressured by Martinez. Knocks it off of him, throwing for the Rhinos, 82nd minute. Sonny Samuels over to the sideline. Gets a few words as Bob Lilly trying to pull out a last-minute win here. Garzi. Too much for Turgu. Ugarte. Broken up by Johnson. Johnson still pushing forward. Finds Herrera, who switched to the near side. Farrell, good hustle back, steps in front of Johnson. Here's only as far as the Colombian Herrera. The crafty number 10 finds Ekra. Davidson to Slogic. There's Slogic. Some touches. There's Ekra, the former Harrisburg City Islander. Out of Duckett. They'll pump a long one to the far side. Picked up by Ugarte. Dos Santos could be one-on-one here. The ball dies.
Yeah,
doesn't get the pace he wanted.
Yeah, the pace, and then again, the wind is just holding that ball. There it is.
Good touch, though, on the near side of Sonny Samuels. Little collision there, no call made. Davidson comes away with it. Martinez. Still Martinez. Ugarte breaks it up. 83rd minute. Bob Lilly looking for his first ever win against the Charlotte Independents. Kind of started and stopped. I thought maybe There's a chance to continue on that one.
Yeah, I think so. I think again, I think he thought the ball was going to go out of bounds, but he just basically give up on that ball. I mean, it's like the opposite. The Independence, Charlotte is going after everything, and the Rhinos is just giving up on balls and through balls.
Fall gets tangled in his feet, but Ugarte comes in to help out. Samuels back to Farrell. On the far side for Dos Santos. Ugarte. Asani Samuels. Garzi, 84th minute, and scoreless. Charlotte would love to come out of here with a draw.
Yeah, I think so. I think knowing that both teams is hot on a winning streak. I mean, just to come out with a draw and not losing, I mean, I think it's an accomplishment.
There's Turgu, one-on-one. Johnson stands him up and knocks him off the ball.
Yeah, it was a good physical tackle there, and no call by the ref.
Grinwis. Over Garzi. Out of play, thrown in the far side. Two more changes coming up here. Let's see who comes on first. It looks like it'll be the Rhinos, and they will bring on another newcomer, Michel Gilavogi, the 21-year-old Ghanaian, played in Cape Verde with Boa Vista FC. Finally got his clearance. And Gilavogi will come on for Voleski in the 86th minute. Wow, there will be another change. It'll be Hilton getting ready to check in. We'll see who he replaces. It should be, I believe, number 19, Enzo Martinez, who had a really good game tonight as well.
Yeah, he did. He played well. I mean, I guess playing the hustling game that they came out here with, and a very deserved rest for him.
So Gilavogi makes his debut, and how would it be to score a late game winner in your first game as a Rhino? He's up top with Dos Santos. Hilton, the 22-year-old English midfielder, came out of the PDL with Ocala. Makes his 7th appearance of the season. Gilavogi, his first as a Rhino. Sonny Samuels wins it. Akra back to Kalunji. Turgu turns. Gilavogi. Out of bounds by Asani Samuels, and he's having a tough go of it tonight.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he was way out of bounds, and a lot of times as a coach, you said, play the whistle, make sure you hit the whistle. And the ball was clearly out of bounds. He didn't hit the whistle, so he keep on playing.
Is the second round of the U.S. Open Cup.
Good win by Dominic Samuel. Gilavogi looking for Dos Santos. Akra breaks it up. Herrera lunges for it, finds Johnson. Gets around Turgu. Cuts inside, outside. Now Herrera avoids the hard challenge, gets it back. Hilton. Good ball work here from Charlotte.
Yeah, they're knocking the ball. I mean,
Cross, nobody on the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte's really working the ball, knocking it around, playing to feet. And again, Charlotte is really hustling. I mean, for the last few minutes plus the overtime, the winner of this game, if there's going to be a winner, it's going to be who wants it more, who's hungry, who really wants a W in this game more.
You've got two great coaches leading their sides. Bob Lilly, the 2015 USL Coach of the Year, second stint with the Rhinos. And then you've got Mike Jeffries, former MLS coach, also an assistant to Bob Bradley when he was with the Chicago Fire. So two guys who are no nonsense. They know this game inside and out. 88th minute. Slogic Samuels battle. Slogic comes away with it. Garzi heads it back into the Charlotte half, but only as far as Hilton. Herrera. The 34-year-old Colombian, pressured. Finds Kalunji. Side to Slogic. Played 16 games with the Rhinos back in 2014 out of Cornell University. Patrick Slogic.
you gave a shit about an intern that you offended.
There's Samuels. Backheel pass intercepted by Davidson.
Right. I know, but I'm
Ekra in the 89th minute now. Farrell, good hard stick there. Well done. The little Sale University product, Joe Farrell. Slogic looking for Brown, Fall and him battling for it. Brown will keep it in play. Tough spot to find any real estate and knocked away by Fall. Throwing for the Rhinos.
Good stand up there by Fall.
Next game again at home on Wednesday. Second round of the U.S. Open Cup against South EFC. Visit rhinosoccer.com or call 454-KICK for more information on that one. Gilavogi. Turgu. Good idea, just couldn't spin it around to Ugarte. As we're in the 90th minute.
I guess on a normal weather day, I mean, this will be.
This one barely gets to Grinwis.
I mean, on a normal day with winds are perfect, that ball would be coming over perfectly. But again, the ball is just hanging in the air. Again, we got it. The ball has to be played on the ground more in the last couple of minutes.
Good ball to Herrera. Quick cross. And Camden gets the deflection, not the one he wanted though. It's a corner kick. Fifth one of the game. Herrera over to take it. 2 goals, 2 assists on the season so far.
The fourth official has indicated there will be
Rhinos have everyone is packed into the defensive into the box for this corner kick. I mean, all 10 players, 11 players are in the box.
It's a high, deep one. Slogic gets the hat on it. Near side of the 6, Turgu will take no chances. Played over the near side. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 9 shots for the Rhinos, 8 for Charlotte. Corner kicks, 6 for Rochester, 5 for the Independents. Saves, 2 apiece. Mizell and Grinwis. Gilavogi gets it back from Garzi. Sends it forward for Dos Santos. And the wind slowing that one down just a bit. Dos Santos back across for Dominic Samuel. Will there be some late game heroics here as Turgu finds Garzi, who finds Camden behind him though. He's gonna have to hustle back and get it. Duckett finds Davidson. Outside for Slogic, who's been pushing up and down that side all night long. Fall. Garzi battles with Hilton. Davidson comes away with it. Puts it in behind the defense, but no one there but Grinwis.
Yes, that was unfortunate. I mean, it was a hard battle, hard challenge in the middle of the field. And Grinwis did well to came out and pick that one loose ball out.
Just over the midway point of the 3 minutes in stoppage time. Garzi battles. Wins a call here. Rhinos on the 4-game homestand tonight. 3-0 coming into this one on that homestand. 3-0-1 overall in their last 4 games, while Charlotte 4-0-1 in their last 5. Both teams look to continue their unbeaten string. This one is headed out of play. No one coming up. Not much time left in this one.
Not much time at all. I mean, if anyone want to win this, I mean, they got to really play it fast and play with urgency now.
Put away by Kolunji. Akra knocks it forward again. Camden. Gilavogi. Akra steps in. Taken down by Gilavogi. And it'll be coming back the other way in stoppage time. Maybe one more knock forward for Charlotte, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, probably one more knock, and hopefully, as the Rhinos can see, they should be pushing everyone back. It's the Santos. Everyone should be pushing back now because this is very dangerous.
Short to Akra. Deflect one. off of Dos Santos. Davidson. Referee checks his watch. And that's it. The final whistle from Rhino Stadium after 90-plus minutes. The Rhinos and the Charlotte Eagles end up scoreless. And with this result, both teams continue their unbeaten streaks. Charlotte now 4-0-2 in their last 6 games, while the Rhinos are 3-0-2 in their last 5 games. Daryl, some opportunities, but the win really wreaking havoc tonight on this one.
Yes, I believe the win played a huge factor in the outcome.